I think SACHA's changed my life from the moment I started training. The training's really awesome and I learned a lot.
Well, one of my favorite things about volunteering with SACHA has been having a chance to meet a group of really amazing women. So whether it's been co-facilitating training or going...
It's given me a place where I can feel I belong.
I'm a SACHA volunteer.
I think that the work that SACHA does is really important because everyone who has experienced sexual violence deserves to be supported, and I think the kind of support that's really important is the kind of support that doesn't blame, shame, minimize people's experiences or tell people what they should do or how they should feel.
7 years ago. It just, being a refugee, convention refugee that arrived in Canada in 1985, it brought me back to the moment that myself and my mom and my two younger siblings protested after my father was kidnapped and murdered in Honduras. We all, it brought me back to the moment when we were walking down the street in San Pedro Sula, which would be like the Toronto of Honduras, and we were protesting with other family members of the disappeared. Take Back the Night brought me to that one moment in which I felt the solidarity and just the positive energy that everybody was there for one common goal in fighting for justice. The one chant that stands out to me, because we said it back home when my father was kidnapped, right, was the people united will never be defeated. Women united will never be defeated. So it just plays over and over in a positive way in my mind. I thought that it would be a difficult thing, something that would bring sad memories, but it's not. It was the opposite feeling.
Because of SACHA, I am everywhere in the community. I participate in Take Back the Night, I participate in International Women's Day, the rallies that are held in the community, and I really like that because people are able to see me in my community and they recognize my face. Hopefully it's a friendly face. And yeah, SACHA just keeps us busy in a good way, and it's great. So talking about sexual assault is something that's really hush-hush, and it's important to raise awareness in the community that sexual assault is something that does happen all the time, and it's important to tell people the truth about sexual assault.
As a survivor myself, I always thought, it was my fault, whatever happened to me, and SACHA just challenged all those ideas, and I realized that it wasn't my fault, and I looked, it gave me different perspective, which was so refreshing, and it kind of lifted a weight off my shoulders. So thank goodness for SACHA, because when I first arrived in 85, there wasn't very many services for immigrant or refugee women, and SACHA gave me that little bit of a place where I could feel welcome, I would say. And I'm sure it's done that for many women in our community.
I've just had a chance to spend time with women who are generous, compassionate, and really committed to working towards a world that's free from violence and oppression.
SACHA is fabulous.
Whatever dreams I had, however old or new, they are the visions and the thoughts. Whatever dreams I had, however old